Okay. Okay. Thank you. All right. Thank you for coming, everybody. Welcome to our 6 monthly. Has it been 6 months? Wait. Wow. MashaAllah. It's been a good ride. Thank you, everybody, for coming here. Welcome to our event. Quick show of hands. Is it anybody's first time with us today? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Well, welcome to the new people. It's good to see some new faces. And to give you a bit of background, we are StartupQ8.com. We are a group of passionate entrepreneurs trying to help develop the tech entrepreneurial ecosystem in the country. A couple of things. One, we tend to focus a lot on technology entrepreneurship. You know, building apps, building websites, software as a service. This is our target. And this is what we are mainly passionate about. So this is what you're going to see us talk about the most. But by all means, a lot of what we talk about can be applied to other types of entrepreneurship via small businesses, etc. So there's a lot of lessons to be taken away in all cases. Second thing is, I'm sure a lot of you came here through Dawrat. Everybody here came through Dawrat? Yeah? We have a website, StartupQ8.com. I encourage you all to go in and check it out. You can sign up to receive all the latest blog posts into your inbox. We also are on all social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Get on Twitter, follow us, please. And by all means, tweet that you've attended our event. We really appreciate it, especially if you have over 1,000 followers. And another thing, it's good to see so many women coming to attend our events. It's great to have you guys on board because I know this is usually a male-dominated field. We plan to hold the session in the next couple of months, either the April session or the May session, dedicated to women entrepreneurs in the region. So if you have anybody you want us to talk to bring up on stage to explain their journey, to talk about certain topics or items, please get in touch with us, either through online or talk to me, myself or Abdullah, or any of the team, Aziz, Mohammed Amir, who's around here somewhere, Mohammed, and let us know. And we'd love to try and coordinate something to bring a session for women entrepreneurs in Kuwait together. Yeah, that's it. And other than that, if you didn't register, please give us your name and email before you leave. And that's it. As you know, Abdullah Alshalabi will be our first speaker, so please take it away.
Thank you. Thank you, Mitchell. I'm very sorry for the delay. This is the first time. We usually start at time, but we had some technical problems as you saw. So as Mitchell said, my name is Abdullah Alshalabi, and I am the co-founder of Fishme, as you can see here. And I also started StartupQ8 back in July, and now we have everyone helping us with StartupQ8. Okay, let's get started. So today, I'm going to teach you how to build your startup. So, how many of you guys had the light bulb moment? Okay, how many times do you have it? Why? Burhan, how many times? Never.
Why?
Then, that's lesh. So why we are not transferring this idea to something really like tangible, like a startup or whatever. So I'm gonna help you to do this. So everyone have these moments. We all have the light bulb. Ta-da! I have the solution. But then what happens? Nothing. So it's easy. Like the challenge is actually to transferring this idea to a really big business, such as Amazon or Booking.com or even Tawbat.com. All of them are great businesses, but they all started as a simple idea, and now like they are businesses generating a lot of money. Okay, so let's get started. So this is what we used to do before when we have an idea. This is, I call it the old school. We plan for 3-4 months, and then we build the product for 12 months, 9 months, and then we have a launch date, which is big. Everyone should know about it. And then we wait and pray. So what do we usually do? In the planning, we used to have a business plan. And in the building, when we build a product, we don't want to tell anyone. We want to keep it a secret. Don't tell anyone we're doing this awesome project, because they're going to steal our idea. If you tell them, yeah. And then we have the lunch date. Ooh, like spend all of your money in this lunch date. And then we just wait and pray, and we hope people are going to use our product and pay for it. And we usually refuse to change. This is the new startup school, and this is our teachers. First, Steve Blank, amazing guy, teaches in Stanford, MIT, and he came up with a book he called The 4 Steps to the Epiphany, which is a great book. And then his student, Eric Ries, came up with a new concept called the Lean Startup. And then another guy, actually this is a guy from Switzerland, he's not even American. His name is Alex Osterwalder, I don't know how to say it. And he came up with business model generation. All of them together, Steve Blank again, he did this amazing book, and he calls it the Startup Owner's Manual. So whatever you're gonna see here, most of it is not my ideas. I stole it from the books. But I have some modifications that you're gonna see right now. So this is the old school, plan, build, wait, and pray. And the new school is build, test and measure, and then learn and pivot. And I'm gonna explain this. So actually, when you came up with the idea, you don't plan, don't do any planning. Go and build it the next day at the moment. And then see what people say, test it and measure, and then learn from the feedback, change it, and go again, build and modify it. And it's like a continuous process that we can see. So this is a continuous process, which is build, measure, and learn. And it comes in 3 phases. Okay, this is my phase, which is first, we came up with a fake product. I'm gonna show you what is this. And then you're gonna have the MVP and the final product. So you're gonna do this 3 times, once here, once here, and once here. I'm gonna explain this right now. So what is a fake product? So this is the first phase. Something that doesn't work actually. It's a landing page, it's a video, it's a prototype. So this is a very famous example of a fake product. So I came up with the fake product. Actually, they call it also MVP. So when you read the book, they can find MVP, but then I'm gonna explain to you. So now, this is a company called Buffer, which is Burhan really loves. What they do is, this is for Twitter. So you put all of your tweets right now. So imagine you have 10 tweets, you write them all away. And then what buffers do is they send them after an hour, after 2 hours, whenever there is a lot of people on Twitter, they're gonna send it. It's very smart. So when Buffer they first started, what did he do? He had 3 pages only in his website. First website, just explaining what they do. 3 steps. And then you can click the prices. When you go to the prices, it takes you to this page. When you click in the price, the last page shows, which is, sorry, we're not ready yet, and we're gonna be there soon, leave your email. So this is a fake product, because in the beginning you feel, okay, it's a real, but at the end, it's fake and it doesn't work. But the guy who did this, he knows now how many people actually want this product and how much money they're gonna spend for it. So instead of spending 1 year building your product and then you find out that no one wants it, this is one day he knows how many people want his product and how much they're gonna pay for it. Okay, what is an MVP? MVP is the minimum valuable product. Remember this. This is minimum valuable product. Viable? Okay, sorry, my English is terrible. But it's minimum viable. زي المهم MVP خلاص خلينا نسميه MVP. MVP has just those features that allow the product to be functional. So the website should only work. It shouldn't be beautiful or anything. It's just should be a functional prototype. So let's see. This is my website. So this is my MVP. So I am Tishmi. If you go now, you're gonna see it's much better than this. But this is how I started. It looks terrible, but it works. Shouldn't be beautiful. So I did the design in PowerPoint, and I have a programmer who just build it. So I just want the whole thing to work. I didn't care if it's gonna look beautiful or not. So this is the MVP. It should just be a workable product. The product just need to work, nothing more. And the final product, it's your beautiful product that you're very proud of and you want everyone to see. So this is screen right now, and this is my final product. Okay? This is a cycle I created. It's called fly or die cycle. Okay. So
should you ask questions towards the end?
no, yeah. Ask question anytime. Stop me and tell me I have a question. Ask in the spot. Okay? Any questions till now? Okay. Aziz.
Yes. Some would argue that maybe the Dropbox model, in terms of MVP, was a video. But how would you
Okay.
justify both?
Do you know Dropbox?
Yeah.
Who doesn't know? Okay. Dropbox, it's like a flash memory account, but it's in the cloud. So you can save all of your photos there and share them. So this is Dropbox. And what did they do is they didn't have a product, but in the second day they released a video of how Dropbox works.
So it was a demo, yeah.
A demo video. And they tested the market by doing this. So after they release the video, they get emails, I want a Dropbox, I want a Dropbox, I want a Dropbox. And this is how it works. So people call it MVP. I call it fake because the product wasn't there. So I think this is your question, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Would you choose that over that? Would you encourage people? If
you should start with fake product. Okay, and I'm gonna show you how also I started as a fake product. So let's go through this. This is the money, how much you're gonna spend, and this is the time, how much you need to spend on building this. So we have fake product, MVP, and your final product. Okay? Your fake product shouldn't take more than a week or 4 weeks to be built. Okay? And this is too much for really smart people, so sometimes they take 1 day to build a fake product. And by no means it should cost you more than $1,000. Okay? So you build your fake product, you go to people, and then people, they either hate it, so you die, okay? But then you don't stop, you go back and you modify your product, and you come again until you fly and move to the MVP, okay? So if your people like your product, you go to build your MVP, which is your product, but now it starts to work, okay? So you start building your MVP, and then if people like it, you fly, you go to the final product, or you die, and then you go back again. So your MVP should take maybe 1 week to 4 months to build. If it is really like technically like difficult to build it, then it takes maybe 4 months. But it shouldn't cost you more than $5,000. I'll say, I don't. So these numbers I just came up with. So this is my thing I came up with. But then you do the MVP, you do MVP 1, MVP 2, until you get it right, and then you move to the final product. Then you either fly and become a millionaire, or you die and you grow.
Sorry. What about the reliability about the product itself? I made a fake product. And people, I see people like it or hate it. Then let's say that they hate it, and I modified it again, but they hate it again, or like I'm doing something wrong. But
Yes.
the reliability about the same name having fake products. Oh, sorry, this is not real yet.
Yeah, this is the like tricky part. But you can always like
You don't have a name at this stage. You're no one, actually. You're just a website with a domain, and you just want to collect email addresses for people who click. So you're not a company that's launching a product. You are a company you are a product that's going to launch a company. Think of it the other way around.
Yeah, if no one knows you, no one cares about you. Like either if you're yeah,
So depressing.
but when you're but if you are Apple, then the people will care. Like if you deliver a fake iPhone 6, whatever, then people, what the hell? Right. We're gonna go now through. So this is like in summary, and now we're gonna go deep into how should you do your fake, your MVP, and everything. So phase 1, your fake product. How should you build it? So why do we need a fake product? You need it because you want to test demand. Do people really need a fake product? Do really people want my product? And to get feedback from people. And this is the fastest way and the most efficient, so you don't need to spend a lot of money. So how to build it? If you're a programmer, then you're lucky, you build it yourself. And if you don't have, then you get help from a friend, but just try to avoid spending money. Okay? So how to test it? So you have the product, go to your friends first, and then friends of friends, And then the best is to go to people that you don't know. But to save your embarrassment, start with your friends in the beginning. Okay, so how to test it? Just use Instagram, okay? Flying horse for rent for 5 KD. And just see what happens. Yeah, just put a photo, go to Instagram, and just sell whatever, and you have a photo, and then you don't have a flying horse anyway. You're gonna figure out later if you get people to pay. Then you need to think how to bring a flying horse. Just try it there and test it before building the finding. Okay. Another great way to test. So let's say there is Instagram. There is another way, which is Google AdWords. MohammedSlaya.com. Do you know how the Google makes money? Ads. So when you actually search for a bedroom or like a room, you're gonna get this part. This is paid ads, and you're gonna get this part. And this is, they are all paying money to be there. The rest, they are actual search. So these guys are good because they are relevant to what you're searching for. But whatever is in the app and they are highlighted, then this is ads. And this is per click. So every time you click, Google makes money. So this is how Google makes money. And this is a great way for you to get exposure for the whole lot to test your idea. So if you have a 2-bedroom flat, you just buy an ad from Google AdWords, 2-bedroom flat for sale. And then you put it, and if people click, it's gonna cost you just 30 cents or $1 or whatever. It's not out of money. Okay, now let's take it step by step. First, if you're a website, buy a domain for your name, for your website. So I went to GoDaddy and I tried Fish Me. It's already taken, so I just Fish Me. Okay, it's there, so I bought the name. And then create a landing page. So this is my real first page. I built it in last year, May. Very basic. I did it in PowerPoint. fishfishme.com. I wrote what I do. FishFishMe helps you find and book fishing trips around the world. And then I put, choose your country. And I have a list of all countries in the world, even the countries that don't have a lake or a sea or whatever, they were there. Just to test where the people want to go, actually. Next, I bought AdWords. So I went crazy. I bought fishing in Barcelona, fishing in Dubai, fishing in everywhere. And I bought all of these names. And then I put a budget. So Google will ask you how much money you're gonna charge. So I told them $10 per day. And then I just wait and see what people gonna click on. So this is what I get actually. So after that, you can connect your website with Google Analytics and AdWords. Okay, sounds complicated, but it's really easy. And I can help you with that or anyone. And it's something, I did all of this like in one day and I didn't know anything. But there is YouTubes that can show you step by step and say, so, okay, don't freak out. But this is what I get. I got 30 clicks every day, and that was May last year. So I said, okay, well, that is really demand. Okay, where do people want to go? And I found most of people living in UK, and they want to go fishing to Spain, which is by then, maybe in the summertime, but didn't happen now. And I just learned that there is people actually that they like fishing boats and they want to go fishing. So, okay, I'm gonna go fishing then, for real. So, how do you make a decision? Now, you did your fake product. You know there is maybe 3 or 5 people that want to buy my product. But should you stop? Never give up. Like, just change a bit your idea and try it again, or just go and then build your MVP, but never give up. Okay, now the MVP phase. This is the second phase. So what is an MVP again? Just to remind you. MVP has just those features that allow the product to be functional, and no more. So this is Facebook when they first started, and it was called the Facebook. Actually, it doesn't look much better now, but so this is now and this was before, but I mean, like the first product and the MVP will just be a workable product. So why do we need an MVP? So you need to have now the MVP to know because people really want to pay for my product, and you need also to test everything else. What is everything else? Okay. Do you remember the guy from Switzerland, Alex, the first guy? I have it here. So he came up with this, and this is everything you need to know about your product when you reach the MVP. So you need to know, is it valuable for my customers? Which customers are using it? How am I gonna make money? How much it's gonna cost me? Which partners? Which marketing channel I'm gonna use? And this kind of stuff. Okay? So, do you understand? No, I see some people. Okay, so you have your first Facebook, let's say, which looks ugly, but it works. Okay, and then you need to have this in front of you. So no business plan. Forget about business plan. It doesn't work. You don't need it. Okay, this is what you need to do. This is the new business plan. Okay, and what does it have? It have 9 boxes. This is your customers. You need to write. Okay, my customers are 20 years old, girl or whatever. Okay, so just write all of your assumptions. Okay, so now how to build your MVP? Again, if you're a programmer, then you are lucky, you can build it yourself. If not, just find a programmer. And there is a website actually called Odesk, and there is every kind of talented people. They are there, so you can hire anyone for $30 to build you like the landing page, and you can pay him $300 to pay your MVP. Okay, how to test? So, first step, write your assumptions. So here you have your revenue. How are you gonna make money? I'm gonna charge $5 per booking or per product. And then here write your assumptions. Who's you gonna be your customers? It's gonna be girls, guys, old men, Spanish guys, Americans. Just write whatever. Channels, are you gonna use Instagram, Twitter, or how are you gonna sell to your customers? What is the value proposition? And this is the main thing. The value proposition means the value you are delivering to your customers. What are you delivering? You thought they're gonna use your website to find products, let's say, to find products, to buy products in the States. But after people used your product, you found out they are buying products in China or whatever. But you usually have a value proposition. You build your product for this value, and after you release the product, you found out people using it in a different way. So you just write your assumptions in this, and we're gonna explain this more later in another event. But just remember, the business model canvas is part of your. So, and then build a crappy version of your website. So this is my website. Again, it looks ugly, but it delivers what I have. And then just drive traffic. Let people come visit your website. So just use whatever, Instagram, AdWords, or whatever. And then test your assumptions. So you have all of your assumptions in the business model canvas, as I show you, but go out. Don't sit in the office and wait for a miracle to happen, like people. Go out, meet the people, meet your customers, hear what they say, fix your product, and just modify it, and go. Just be open to change your product. Your idea, that first game, is gonna change. Whatever it is. I didn't change yet. I think I'm gonna, maybe later. But usually the idea you start with is gonna change. So just be open to hear from your customer and hear feedback, and just be open to change, which they call it pivot. So remember that. Okay, then now measure your number, the feedbacks. For example, there is questions. Is there a market for my product? How much I should charge my customers? How much it costs me to acquire each customer, cost of acquisition. So let's try it, you know. Okay, so you go to your canvas, and then you'll say, okay, I found out, like, people actually, they don't want to pay per product. I found out they want to pay a subscription fee. So they want to pay $10 per month, and they get to buy whatever they want. So, and then, but you find the cost structure was correct. And other parts, you assumed, and after you go and talk to people, you found they're all correct, but the rest are not. and you need to go again to this one. It looks, don't know, bad, but you need to do this again until you get all of the boxes checked. So everything you assume after you talk to people, so you change your product until you get the check in all of your in the boxes. And this is what we call the product market fit. That you found that all people love your product, they're gonna pay $5. It's gonna cost you $10 to do it, so you're losing money actually. But you know what the marketing channel, you know everything. So now you get everything right.
So
now,
basically closed.
yeah. But now you can build your final product. Okay, so this is the final product phase. So some people reach this. So actually for me, maybe I reached this after 3 months, and I realized I need a team now to help me build Fish Machine. So I found out my friend, he's a programmer, asked him to join, and I found a designer, he also joined me, so now we are actually 4 people. And this is my beautiful product. After I get programmer and I get all the feedback from people. And now I'm just going crazy. I want to get more customers. So I'm using whatever I have. Yeah, my Twitter, Instagram, and everything. So just like the final product, you're almost now a company. So you know that you have a product, you know who's your customer. And you just need to repeat this whenever you have like a new feature or like you're doing a new type of business to make money. So you need to do everything again and again. And if you do this, you will be a millionaire. Okay, thank you everyone. Yes. Question?
How do you keep testing without compromising your product?
What do you mean?
I mean, like, you have a product and you're testing it out. So you're not a company yet, but you have a product and you're testing it out, correct?
Yeah.
And how do you keep testing without people who are like, ah, it's the same guy, it's a fake product, so we're not going to go.
Well, you need to find the new people, I guess. And then, yeah, like when you use AdWords, okay, and I was testing different landing pages every time. Different people are coming, so you can actually test it, and different people are coming every time. And you can actually choose which country or geographical you are targeting. So you can have the ads all in Kuwait, and then you go test it in Saudi Arabia or whatever. But every time there is a new people, and I don't know, I don't think it's a big problem. And you can test it with your friends, of course. And if your friends they are getting sick of you, then you need to change your friends, man. Yes. Which one? Yeah.
Canvas.
The business model canvas. It's there is a website. If you just type the business model canvas. Yeah, let me show you. Business model generation, actually, it's called. Yeah, if you see the name here, the business model canvas. If you type it, you're gonna find it, and then there is a book, 120 pages, I think, explains every box by. But actually, this is very easy that you can learn everything. With there is one video, 1.5 hours, and after that you can learn everything. And you can do this exercise also for 1 hour. But the business plan, you need to build it for. You need 3 months to do it. And at the end, the first customer you talk to, actually, he doesn't like your product, and then you need to change it, all of it. So, and still people are doing business plan competitions, which I think actually is stupid. Sorry about that, but actually I participated in a business plan competition, to be honest, and we won the best written business plan in Asia when I was studying in Hong Kong. But it's a waste of time, also. Like, if you build your product, it's 10 times better. And if you tell this to people, they're gonna fight you. So if you go to your teacher and he teach you business plan, tell him this is wrong, and if he doesn't believe you, come talk to me, and then yeah. And just yes. Wow.
what if you have a business idea which you can write everything with like in 3-4 pages? Do you need to go on and on and on like you do in a business plan?
This is what I'm saying. You don't need a business plan. You need to build it first,
Sure.
and then maybe do this. Also, it's okay if you don't do it. But this is actually is good exercise, which gonna take you 1 hour or 1.5 hours,
Yeah.
so you're not gonna die. And then you just see what happens. Go to the people, show them your product, and just don't sit at home writing a business plan for 1 month, waste your time on nothing. This is what I'm trying to avoid. Aziz.
I just want to comment on the previous comment. Reid Hoffman, the co-founder of LinkedIn,
Yeah.
mentions or it says if you're not ashamed of your first launch, then you've launched too late. And don't worry about being ashamed of your first project or let's say.
Yeah, I have this actually written here, but I didn't say.
Good. Abdullah, I wanted your feedback on if you can go back.
Yeah, you should be embarrassed to show it to people. This is the MVP. Okay.
Chris, when do you kill a project or kill an idea?
Should be embarrassed.
When do you feel an idea or a startup should be killed? I mean, you pivot
Right.
today. Let's
No,
assume
this
that
is-
you're not generating that.
Okay, this is excellent question. So did you hear Aziz's question? So قاعد يقول خلينا نقول بعدين نقول انجليزي. قاعد يقول متى توقفين خلاص فكرتك؟ يعني انا قاعد اقول لكم you die and then you go back again. متى توقفين الفكرة؟ خلاص تقولي انا فشلت لازم اغيرها. ومتى اوقف؟ يعني كل مرة هيرين تردين وهيرين تردين. So I need to be honest. For me, actually I think until November, so my website was online and no one booked for 5 months. But I didn't stop. I should die actually. But I didn't die. I didn't follow my own advice. So I kept doing it until February when I have our new website. And I don't know, something happened. And now I have a booking every day. Alhamdulillah. I'm not making a lot of money, but at least there is people, there is people booking every day. So now I am happy, relaxed. But during this time, I couldn't sleep. Every day I'm thinking, okay, I'm wasting my time because I have my parents go find a job, get the money, get married, and I'm doing this, and no one is booking. So it's really not easy at all. You don't know. I have employees. I have money from investors. Everyone is asking me to deliver. But I don't think you give up. You don't die quickly. So when I said die, don't die. Keep going. Yeah, this is what. And I think
take your time in dying.
yeah. Maybe this is a good advice. Faisal.
Abdullah, are you proposing now that the MVP is functioning your website or your app, for example, at the first time, ignoring the customer experience issue?
Yeah.
Do you have the working idea before the customer experience, since it's very important for the first impression for the customers?
Yeah, this is okay. Good. Also a good question. So what he's saying, okay, my website is working, but if people use it, they're gonna hate it because the customer experience is very bad. And this is actually a lot of debate going on this. So, like my website looks bad. People say before, people want any new website. So if your website is there, they're gonna use it. They don't care about how it looks. But now, everyone have a smartphone. Everyone knows how a good website should look like. Okay, so if they see it, they're gonna leave it, and they're not gonna come back. In some theories, they're not gonna come back to use your website until 4 other people tell them that your website is good. Okay, so I go to Faisal website, and you have a new website coming soon, right? Okay, so if I go to his website, I see it's really bad. I'm not gonna go back until Aziz comes and tell me Faisal website is good. No, I saw it, it's bad. Muhammad tell me, Faisal, believe me, it's good. No. I saw it, it's really bad. And then whoever comes to me until the 4th person, and then I say, okay, I'm gonna give it a second try. So this is the people that are saying my idea here is bullshit. Don't do it. Some people say this, but I think that you're still gonna learn much more and modify your website much faster, that you're gonna gain more by losing these 5 or 10 people that hate your website than just waiting 1 year and spending money and time and find out that no one likes your website until you run out of money. Okay? So whatever customers you're gonna lose in the early days because your website looks really bad, it's worth it that you're gonna lose these customers, but they're gonna give you a lot of feedback that they're gonna help you deliver a better product very time soon. Okay, more questions? Alright.
First of all, thank you for the presentation. Maybe I come from the old school business.
I know.
But I think this style of business plan is a successful way of doing business plan for some type of project. For example, small projects, software projects, websites. But if you are going to do something big, some project, for example, you want to build a hospital, you need to have another way of doing business plan, not this way. This is an excellent way to do business plan if the fake stage is only 1 month, because you will not invest a lot of money and effort in the fake project.
Excellent.
So I think both models are good, both models work.
Okay. No, because we're talking about this. Mijbil, I'm gonna let Mijbil answer this. So his question is, if I'm doing a restaurant, already there is a restaurant, if I'm gonna do a hospital, it's not a new idea, okay? Here we're talking about startups, new ideas that never happened again. Okay, let me repeat that. So his question is, if you build something that you already know, big factory or whatever, you can do this for a big factory. You can. You don't need to. Okay? But we'll answer.
Just a small comments with regard to fake versus prototype.
Okay, we'll come to this after we answer.
It's basically what Abdullah said. When you have a known business model that you are trying to replicate, and there is no actual business model risk, it's only market risk, then by all means follow the traditional method.
So do a business plan.
Do a business plan, do it the way you are trained to do it in business school. What we are suggesting here, that school of thought, is that when you don't know what your business model is, you don't know what's going to drive your revenue, you don't know what your business is going to be about, then do this iterative process to figure it out in a much more efficient way. Okay?
It was a new idea. No one did it before. You should do this. It's something we already know. Another iron factory. Okay, we know how to do an iron factory. Just test demand and supply, and then do whatever others are doing. Put a business plan. You need to do a business plan here. If it is something we already know. Okay.
أنا كان عندي comment في موضوع الفيك product or fake service or fake website.
Okay.
Usually in software engineering, what we call the process is a prototype.
Yeah.
We release a prototype with not all functional service, like a website or an app. We test it out to get feedback, whether to continue improving the product or we kill the product. But when it comes to really building businesses, it's very risky approach to build a fake service or to do an R&D in this way. I prefer, I don't know, maybe I'm coming from jointly from this business school and this business school because I didn't study business here or there. But I prefer if you have a customer base, plus you do a market survey, find out what they want, try it when you launch your app or your service or your website, try to get as much possible feedback about the service on the product, try to find out if you can take it to the next level, yes or no, and then decide whether to continue or kill the product. Not die, because when you die it's a problem because you cannot live again.
No, but this is also, I consider the old school actually, which is grouped, like you bring people to your company and then you give them your product. Okay, tell me, is it good or not, right?
No, even you can launch the prototype. You
can
launch the prototype
so
and
then
get feedback from the customer.
Okay, yeah. So
it's
this
not
is
a full functional, but it's not a fake product.
Well, I
And
call it
not-
fake.
not- by the way, I'm building an app. The app would do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'll wait for the feedback. No feedback coming, so I cannot
Yeah.
judge whether it's moving forward. Live.
Exactly. So when I came up with the name fake, because I told you I came up with the name. So
Oh,
both of them actually they called MVP. So if you read the book or whatever, you're gonna see both of them they are called MVP.
Mhm.
But I want to separate the product that doesn't work from the product that works, and then I call it
Very,
fake.
very, very dangerous title.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You're saying that the fake, let's call the fake product, is a beta tested version.
Well, it's not a beta. It's not exist.
It doesn't
Doesn't
matter.
exist. No, but here, in your case, it's when you release something, it's going to taste something like a beta.
Yeah, but you
Yeah.
don't go with a full version. You come up with something
Your,
smaller and then you test it.
The problem with your approach is you're already assuming a lot before you develop your product. Here, you assume nothing and you test the market first before you even start developing. So you're actually saving a lot of time.
No, what I think what he's saying is because even in Lean Startup, Eric Ries mentions it. It depends on the functionality of your product. So he calls it, he refers to it as the mission critical, solution that you're doing, whether a product or not. What he's saying is that you cannot test something like you cannot test a POS system on a fake, interaction with a business when it's running, and you cannot tell the business,
POS?
Point of sale.
like a POS system, like point of sale system. So what he's saying is that if it's a mission critical process, he says in the book, then you might want to do it on a prototype base. That what he's saying, because you cannot just say but look and feel. Same thing that when he was asking, it's not just that it's a functionality too. It's not just the way it looks. Like if you're bringing in a new functionality, people wouldn't care how it looks, because they're actually coming after the functionality of doing something that nobody else is doing. But if you're doing something that what you said is you're repeating another model, then it's just people would care how things would look. So there is a thing in the lean startup and the whole thing that it depends on what your product is. It's not a fixed way of doing things. It's flexible depending on your functionality. But because I'm working on my own startup as well, and we did market research back like in Canada, but we kept it on just a personal to personal basis. We could not put something live because we think it is a new idea. And then we touched base with companies that would be interested in the product, and they said they're up for it, but they're waiting for a prototype, a working prototype, because it's something that has to work. You cannot just tell people, oh, we're gonna do this, but just telling people, no, you need a prototype with not all the features, but you need something working.
Yeah.
So that will go with a different approach, but it depends on what kind of functionality of your product or your project.
Of course, yeah. Thank you.
See,
It really depends on the
if I can add something. The whole idea of the first two phases is you're validating your idea. You're assuming that there's a demand for something. You don't know, right? So one way to figure it out is you go and you ask. If you know your target market, you go and you ask.
Which is a market research. You do a
Now,
survey.
suppose you're sitting here in Kuwait and you want to do a market survey. And one of the ideas behind startups is that number one, it's something that no one has ever done. And number two, it's not something that's gonna live and die in Kuwait, to use the same metaphor. So that's why the approach here is you don't artificially restrict yourself to your friends or Diwania or Kuwait. You open it up to the world. Because if you want to become a viable business as a startup, the idea is you're looking for the next $1 million, $2 million, $3 million business. Okay? And you may not, you may achieve it in Kuwait, depending on what you're selling, right? But the idea is to get a broader sense of validating your idea based on which you go and develop the product. Now, if I'm doing a market survey and I just go and ask someone a question, the first thing is they're going to ask me, especially if it's a product, can you show me something?
That's approach where you build anticipation.
Yeah.
If you remember 3 years ago when Apple actually pushed the rumors of building a mini iPhone in the marketplace, and they pushed the rumor for almost a year to validate whether to go forward or not, and then they discovered that people going with bigger screen, not smaller screens, and they put the idea in the R&D department. So that's why Apple, they are investing $14 million salaries for R&D department by itself. So the rule of thumb, as a small business, you cannot build an R&D department, but you can really accumulate some of the terminologies in R&D and market research in order to deliver something that would benefit your customers. I agree. If it's something new,
Yeah.
like people say, "Oh, I want to touch your service, your product," but
I think if I just may add one thing, and then maybe we move on to another subject. And the point the idea behind this school of thinking, the lean school of thinking, is that market research on a pen and paper has very limited value. Okay, so unless you have empirical data backed by an actual prototype to see what the customer behavior actually is, your market research is going to be pretty limited in value. Anybody will tell you when they're filling in a questionnaire, yes, they would be interested in buying a product for X amount of money. It's a totally different proposition when they actually have to click somewhere where they think they have to pay before they actually find out. And then that will give you a more accurate data, okay? So what we are saying here, and again, this is not something that has to be force-fed to anybody. People can disagree with this, just like they can choose their own like they can choose their own, religion or way of life or whatever. Nobody really has to believe in this, okay?
Yeah.
What we are saying is this is a more efficient way to launch a startup. Okay, I believe in this, Abdullah believes in this, I know a lot of people in here believe in this. And we are trying to show you that there is another way besides going out with a piece of pen and paper or sending out questionnaires by email, which really have very limited value.
And I would argue everyone, if you apply this approach and you become successful, let us know. We want to know your secrets as well.
It's not a science, it's an art.
It's an art, exactly.
Yeah, so there is no right way.
There is no right,
And at the end of the day, the core thing is consultancy. If you want to build a hospital, you need to enter consultants that are going to tell you what you need to do so you don't lose money. If you're doing an app, for example, depending on the size of the market, if you're going to do like a nutrition app, you need to get licensing for the database that you're going to use for diet and whatnot. So it's much more complicated, but yeah, there's no fixed answer.
Although it's in the name of the event and the community, it's StartupQ8. We still see a lot of confusion about the word startup itself. When we talk about the startup, we talk about a new corporation that's temporary, operating in extremely uncertain conditions. It's not a hospital where hospital you're gonna heal people, patients will come. This is traditional business. If you do market research, you do it for traditional business because you base it on data for businesses that already existed before you. What we're talking about here is something that was never done before. And to also answer Abdullah's comment, at the first stage when you are a startup, you will apply these methods until you reach the product market fit, until you graduate from being a startup to a real company. That's when you can apply a business plan.
If it's a tech startup, yes, I agree.
Yeah, but also about market research. If you ask people what they want, I can put an report for this.
Well,
if you ask people
Okay.
what they want, you will end up with
Let's move on. I think some people get bored and they want to leave. So last comment.
Okay, that's a question. I want to change the mood.
Okay, yeah, question. Okay.
I want
Last
to
question.
elaborate a little bit more on why do you need a team? A website could be a one-man show. So I want to know why you need a team if you're a programmer.
If you're a programmer, you can do almost everything yourself. Actually, you can design and you can program it. So to a point that you need someone like a business guy, okay, to cover, so you can focus on the programming, because you're not gonna finish programming anyway. So you're gonna keep programming, fixing, scaling, whatever the business. But then you need someone to take care of the business part, unless you're doing a pure technology company. So you are doing a new code or whatever, then you're the only guy necessary. But
you can create websites without programmers. I proved it, that works.
Yeah, you can. Now it's easy actually. Everyone can do a website without programming. But yeah, this is my short answer. Aziz.
Just last comment. There's a difference between building a website and building a business. And that's where we need to segregate between the two. If you're building a website, then you're probably just doing it for fun. If you're really building a business, you can't do it on your own. No one has done it on his own. So that's where you really need competence.
Just a comment.
Last.
Just a comment to the gentleman. I'm a programmer and I make websites easily, but you still need a designer. We need a second opinion. Because whatever it is, yeah, whatever it is that you have as an idea, it's still your idea. It's fresh in your mind. It looks good, but when somebody else gives you a second opinion, it'll work better. Plus, you'll need the helping hand. Like you can't ride a bike with one leg. You know what I mean? You need both pedals pushing. So yeah, you need a team for everything.
Okay, we'll take 5 minutes break and then we'll come back with the dawrat.com.
I think let's get it started soon, and it's like 8:40.
Okay, 3 minutes.
Alright, 3-minute break. And guys, on your break, get out your phones. Please tweet that you visited us. Use hashtag StartupQ8. We'd really appreciate it. Thank you.
الله يعافيك حياك الله.
يلا خلاص. You okay?
Break.